Yes, yes, yes. Fun, fun, fun. Fun, fun, fun. Good times. Welcome to Beverly Hills. Good times. Trying to do this horizontal, but let's face it, YouTube's not the best when it comes to software. So here we are. Doing vertical. When this ends up on the IG, you'll be happy. Okay, fun, fun, fun. Yes, yes, yes. Got to get this positivity stream coming in. Talking real. We're talking real. I'm here in Beverly Hills. What are we at? What's going on in my life? Let's see. Are we gonna keep it real? We're not gonna. Yeah, we'll keep it super real. So I'm getting evicted, and I'm dealing with all that kind of nonsense as the economy fell out in LA. I love LA. I'm a native, but it's also a slave-based economy with the rental economy super locked up by corporations and basically no hope of ever getting home ownership. Basically, a huge slave trap, and it has actual slaves from Central and South America. It's crazy when you find out about that. They're just like, yeah, come to this country, have a tax identification number, and no legal rights and no legal standing, and then for like 20 years they just lie to you about maybe getting to become a citizen. Surprise! No citizenship. You're a slave. I think that about sums it up. That sums up East LA. If you ever want to fix the real estate crisis in LA, you just enforce the immigration laws in East LA, and you'd have plenty of housing units. Anyway, that's pretty real. What else is going on? I might do the Chicken Man tomorrow at the LA Art Walk, but it's all supposed to be a super hot day, and I'm not super feeling it. And we'll see. We'll see. These days have been fast and furious. Also, at the top of the food chain, this isn't a political podcast, but uh, with the government changes being so huge, yeah, you got to talk about them. So yesterday, the House of Representatives, the first time ever, got rid of the Speaker of the House because he was being corrupt and cutting corrupt deals with the corrupt Democrats and for Ukraine funding and other things. So they got sick of him and got rid of him. And so now things are in chaos. On top of the fact that basically the country's in a huge fucking tailspin. Borders are open, money's inflated, nobody's happy, justice is not being served, rich people are getting away with murder, criminals are in the government just money laundering out of well, it should be the Treasury, but it's not the Treasury, it's just the Federal Reserve. And so, yeah, this is like a lot going on. Like a lot going on. Welcome in, whoever welcomed in. Well, we're here in Beverly Hills. Here, I'll show you the fountain. You can make a wish. This is maybe the best wishing fountain in the world. There you go. And yeah, there's just a lot going on in the world. So, I'm in that position. It's the old classic Shakespeare line: "To be or not to be." That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler, I forget the rest of it. But that is the question, the age-old question: to be or not to be. You know, was as he put it, whether it's noble to go on and face what's in front of you, or to just succumb to it. Uh, I guess we all got to make that decision. That's why he's the bard. He's knocking him out. The bard is knocking him out of the park. Anyway, so that's where we're at in time. That's why it's important to keep positive vibes. Like I said, this is when I'm positive. It's not fake positive. It's because I'm working through the reality just like everybody else. I met somebody at the improv who says they have a connection to Rogan. He wants to get me on Rogan to talk about the aliens, and which would be sick. That would explain a lot. I think that also might move the timeline forward, which would be good. One of my functions in life And sitting here and I'm like semi-discovered, but like until you're discovered, you're not. Even though I've been seen by like a billion people and a lot of people know what's up with me. Um, but with the birds aren't real and anything else that goes through, it could be the breakthrough for me. Then knowing that I'm in this position prior to that, the pressure that's building up on me in this moment is extreme because there's no material recognition of what I'm doing, but there's a lot of vibrational recognition of what I'm doing. So there's that delay, and there's physical proof of my energetic vibration in terms of views, in terms of accomplishments, in terms of other people validating it and telling me. Um, but the status and the resources haven't come in yet. So there's like this gap. And I'm telling you, like, because a lot of you, as you do self improvement, it doesn't matter. In mine, it's a very public endeavor, but in yours, it might be like private business or building your own clientele or whatever it is. Um, there's that delay between like, okay, start off as this person, and you like meditate, and you change your state of mind. You go, I want to be this other person over here, and then there's this space in between where in the becoming, as you're becoming the thing, somewhere before you make it, you have to become the thing actually, so that other people can recognize you and be like, oh, you're that thing that we want to like make the thing, right? So well before they've accepted, wide stream accepted you and like employed you as that thing, whatever it is, somewhere between when you weren't it and that point, you actually do legitimately become the thing. And then it's just then it's the gap between when that happens and when it's like not even a question, where it's like when you think of Jack Nicholson, you never think, oh man, I hope Jack Nicholson makes it as an actor one day. That guy, he could really use a break. But that's how he was in like the late 50s, early 60s. It was like, oh shit, he could just get tossed away with the trash and just be like some guy Jack, at the end of the bar, he could have been a contender, or the guy he is now. And like for me, I'm at the point where like enough people have recognized me that I'm in the gap of like, okay, people know who I am and they know what I'm up to. But like the ultimate like breakthrough is waiting. And so if you're seeing this and it's a unique position in life to be in, I can tell you from personal experience right now that the pressure is tremendous. The things that come to the surface are incredible, positive and negative, and not just in me, but the people around me. Because the other thing too is like people, they're not they're not always used to metamorphosis of people around them, especially when it's a non-traditional metamorphosis. Like you get it when somebody says, "Oh, like hi, I got pregnant," right? And then you're like, "Oh," then you know what to expect. You can see this person change in front of you, like physically change, and like their role in society is going to change, and the way they view things is going to change. They go from, being a girl to being a mother, and traditionally that also means that they're going to be accepted as a woman, even if they are young, because you kind of have to. Because now, great, now they're in charge of a being. But when you do something like I'm doing, like, oh, you're an artist, and especially because I'm a groundbreaking artist due to my alien abductions and my like high level war service and all these things that are artists traditionally don't do in one life, which makes me a unique artist. I think all artists are, but it makes me particular. Makes me even in the pantheon of like time, makes me unique just because of the nature of the experiences. Gave me these perspectives that are overlaid on each other, where I can kind of have the ability to sort of bridge the past to the future, the analog to the digital, so to say, the material to the transcendental, and it's kind of like what the Bible says when you accept Christ, which it means Him, but it also means divine self-activation. So if you're not a Christian, just remember to be Christ-like just means divine self-activation, which is what every true prophet teaches to from one angle or another. And when you do that, you do have to lose your life to gain the new life, because whoever you were, like whoever I was prior to that, even though I thought I was a pretty good guy, but once I activated, like it changed. That guy, like my old self, like could not even for one day be in the vibe that I'm in now because of all the impurities and I mean, sin defined as disharmony of your vibration in comparison to universal frequency. It's like disharmony of vibe and impurities, which the refinement process is funny enough. The refinement process continues to be even like as a ratio more painful than the initial boot up, because the initial boot up you expect like, oh, I gotta like change my diet or not drink so much or not do drugs or not hang out in bullshit places or whatever, the obvious stuff, right? And it's painful because it's hard because you have inertia, but it's sort of proportional to what you've given up. And then when you get to the higher levels of like, oh, I've been doing this for 10 or 15 or 20 years or however long, I think I'm kind of like, fairly whatever, refined or enlightened. And then the things that come up, your senses have been so heightened in the process to get there that the things that do come out of you, dude, they feel way more painful than the lower level shit, because you think you're clean, or I thought I was clean in some cases, and then it's like some of the issues or impurities will come up or attacks from other people that my change is generating, and then it'll just feel like a million times worse than something on the floor that was like very painful. So it's an interesting trip, and but yeah, on the personal side, like I have my processes and I'm there, and that's where the art's born out of. Some of the art is me exposing the process. Some of the art is me just showing you my perspective, like without any of the personal stuff. Anyway, that's how it goes, and we're having a great day in Beverly Hills, where hopefully this all it's been a good spot to just be in, like a rich, healthy vibe, and I'm grateful for that. So yes, 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 positive. So when you see me in the other episodes and I'm not addressing this stuff, and I'm just, or you see me in the chicken suit and I'm just being like out of my mind, positive, and uh, all that stuff. This is the episode where I go, I have to work for it. It's like uh, the world is a super tough place, and it's not easy for anybody. It's not easy for me. Just most of the time, as an entertainer or celebrity or comedian or artist, it's my job responsibility to not drag that stuff in all the time. From time to time to like help people with it or for whatever reason, but for the most part, just to bring in a good vibe. And I really am carefree. That is true. Even like when I'm going through all my hard stuff, I'm still not worried about like death or do I exist or whatever, because like I've been shown that it's all good. So I am carefree in that respect. But living in the world, I still have to meet responsibilities and deadlines and all the same shit everybody else does. And in that respect, I'm still carefree, but I still have to deal with the stress and work through it before I get to the positive emotional levels. And then most of the time when you see me, I'm just like, hey, I'm feeling great, and I'm doing great. So this is the reality check. Okay, when you see me most of the time like that, it's not because I'm delusional. It's because the reason I can do it to you authentically is because I have the processes to work through. So when I come to you, I'm like, okay, cool. This is like this is me being genuinely in a good vibe. It's not a fake good vibe. And you know that because now I'm giving you a real shot of, okay, I got to work through that shit like everybody else. So put in the work. It does pay off. It's just hard work is hard. Okay, everybody. Well, keep it posy. I hope you have a great day, whatever you're doing. Everybody, just keep enjoying your life and have fun.